Alright, so let's say you're in a chemistry lab and you're dealing with hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, two chemicals that could harm your skin. Or maybe you walk into a biology lab, something that's similar to what this is, and you see that there's fetal pigs everywhere and they're doing a dissection. In those science labs, it's important that you practice proper safety. In regards to that, it's important that you know how to, when and where to wear gloves, you know how to remove those gloves once you're done with the experiment, and you know how to properly throw them away and wash up afterwards. In this video, I'm going to show you how to specifically take these gloves off after you're done with the science experiment or procedure. I'm going to show you where to throw them away in a specific laboratory, and I'm going to show you how to properly wash up. In the science setting, the gloves are super important because they provide a protective barrier between your skin and whatever you're working with. The Environmental Safety Department within Maryland University states that these are important because no matter what situation it is, even if you're dealing with something like water, when it's in the lab environment, it has a possibility to become tainted. So when you wear your gloves in the lab environment, you're protecting that skin from that possible contaminated water or the hydrochloric acid or even the juices that come from dissections. So you're basically keeping yourself sanitized and you're keeping yourself safe from anything that could possibly harm you. Gloves and proper equipment are used all around the nation, from high schools to large universities. Safety is crucial, so from gloves to lab coats to proper shoes and attire, it's important that you practice all of that safety. And not only that, but proper safety and dress is utilized in the medical field or even professional research. When you get into graduate school, maybe past the undergrad, you start to do research that involves even rougher chemicals, or maybe you start to do more intense things, and proper attire is crucial. And same in the medical field. You don't see a surgeon walking in without gloves on. You see them washing up properly beforehand, wearing their gloves and suiting up in a right way that allows them to be clean, and you see them removing stuff so that they're not spreading disease, because if they aren't cleaning up properly, then they're spreading disease. So in these labs, we're basically just practicing those small steps so that you can stay clean and you're protecting yourself and others from harmful environments. So let's get started. So you just finished doing a chemistry lab or a biology lab and you have your gloves on. The whole idea is that you don't want to touch your existing skin with these gloves. So the first idea that you can do is called the fold and tuck. This is actually a technique that was explained by the CDC, so the Center for Disease Control, and a procedure that was explained by UCLA in one of their videos explaining lab safety. So the tuck and fold. First, you use your pincher fingers or your thumb and your pointer to come together and pinch. So you grab this one, you pull it down away from you, and then you pull that off. Using your bare hand, you crumple it like a ball. Then using the thumb that's exposed, you put it underneath this glove, being sure to not touch the exterior, because if you touch the exterior, then it beats the purpose, and you pull it away. Once you have both gloves off, you crumple them into a ball, and you properly dispose of them in a container specified by your lab. So in this lab, we have multiple trashes. We have these two small ones over here, and we also have a trash over here. It doesn't matter where we throw them away in this lab, as long as they do get into a trash within the lab. This one involves pinching and pulling away as well, just like the first one. And then instead of putting your exposed thumb, you're actually going to use this glove and pinch it again, and then ball it. So instead of using a thumb, you're just using your fingers within the glove to take off the second glove. And then again, you want to properly throw it away into a disposal specified by the lab. Once you have your gloves off, you are not safe because you still need to wash your hands. So first, you're going to grab, I'm going to make sure that the water is warm to hot. You want to make sure it's not cold, because if it's cold, you're not going to properly sanitize it. So once you have your water on warm to hot water, you're going to grab about a nickel size of soap, so around that size, and you're going to lather for about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on what you did in lab. You're going to make sure that you get underneath your nails, all around your fingers, and on your forearms to make sure that you are cleaning every orifice that was exposed in lab. You want to make sure you're doing this for about 30 seconds to a minute because you never know what's on your fingers and you don't want to be spreading that around. All right, and once you've done that for about 30 seconds to a minute, you're going to rinse off and make sure it's under that warm to hot water. You really can't use cold water, else it's not going to properly sanitize your hands. And remember, you don't want dissection juice or acid that can burn your skin to be on your skin after this experiment. So you want to make sure you're rinsing that completely off. Then you just turn off the faucet, grab a couple of paper towels or whatever is specified in your lab. Make sure you're drying off completely. And throw that in the trash. Now you guys have everything that you need to know about proper glove removal, how to throw it away, and how to wash up. Now use these tools to go out and experiment, have fun, and be the science enthusiast that you are.